Imagine the golden, dusty ground and blistering sun. Imagine a little girl, Esperanza. Imagine her thirst, lips cracked. The water is caramel brown, too toxic to drink. Imagine her hunger. She can't eat because her parents must spend the little money they have on bottled water. Imagine her parents harvesting the food on our table, food they help produce but don't have access to. This isn't imaginary. Esperanza could be from East Porterville or Tranquility, small communities in the heart of the San Joaquin Valley. The San Joaquin Valley is paradoxical. In 5 of the San Joaquin Valley counties of Fresno, Madera, Merced, Kings, and Tulare, 31% of children live in poverty, compared to 19% nationally. Residents are 165% more likely to be exposed to the most polluted drinking water in the state. There are 200 disadvantaged communities in the San Joaquin Valley that take the brunt of socioeconomic and environmental impacts. Disadvantaged communities are defined by the state of California as communities that have a median household income less than 80% of the statewide median household income. And while these communities, predominantly Latino, low income, rely on agriculture for their livelihood, their close proximity to agriculture exposes them to pesticides, water contamination, toxic chemicals, and poor air quality. Furthermore, the largesse of the San Joaquin Valley, 5 million acres of agricultural land dedicated to 400 different commodities worth $25 billion annually, including 60% of the nation's fruit and nuts and 30% of its vegetables, is under strain due to drought and groundwater overdraft. Increasing drought conditions in the future will further exacerbate these already critically overdrafted groundwater basins. In the San Joaquin Valley, groundwater is necessary to keep agriculture booming, especially during drought, and meet the drinking water needs of 87% of community water systems. In 2014, California passed the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act, or SGMA. SGMA legislation aims to address groundwater overdraft in critically overdrafted basins by 2040. And it enables self-organized local water agencies to develop sustainability plans to address this groundwater overdraft. And it requires them to conduct community engagement to ensure that community needs are also being met. Although the implications of SGMA remain unknown, it has been projected that 10 to 20% of agricultural land, that's up to 1 million acres, may need to go out of production to address groundwater overdraft by 2040. So instead of leaving land fallowed, what if we could reimagine that landscape to give it a new value? Land that could help address water resources issues, socioeconomic and environmental issues. Well, in 2021, California created the Multi-Benefit Land Repurposing Program to fund projects that do just that. So let's imagine. Imagine low-impact solar providing clean energy to agricultural communities. Energy that can help clean community drinking water, reduce greenhouse gases, air pollution. Imagine habitat restoration, providing open spaces and clean air, and providing homes for species that are special to the San Joaquin Valley, species that can only be found in this part of the world, like the San Joaquin Valley kit fox. Imagine groundwater recharge, replenishing those groundwater aquifers that we heavily rely on, securing water for our communities and our agriculture for future generations. And these are only but a few of the multi-benefit land repurposing options that could help address groundwater overdraft and address those socioeconomic and environmental impacts. Well, it's going to take a collective and collaborative effort in order to address climate change, adapt to climate change, and address and rebalance our water resources, build healthy communities, and provide environmental benefits. This is no small feat. So how do we make these visions a reality? Under the Multi-Benefit Land Repurposing Program, it starts with diverse partnerships, bringing together conservation groups, agricultural communities, farmers, tribal groups, economists, academics, so that they can build these sustainability plans that are going to address groundwater and build healthy communities as well as address environmental impacts. Second is to develop trust and learn from the people most impacted by these water and land use management decisions, our farmers, our community members, our tribal groups, and really taking the time to listen to their concerns and their needs, and building common ground across these stakeholders. Having had several conversations, hundreds of conversations with community members and farmers, I identified an information access inequity. I learned that marginalized communities and farmers across the San Joaquin Valley are not getting critical information on water and land use management policies that impact their livelihood. So developing those educational resources is going to be critical if we want to move forward in a sustainable and equitable way. And finally, if we really want to get to the bottom of climate change, rebalancing our water resources, building healthy, resilient communities, and keeping farming for future generations, we're going to have to co-develop these solutions together. So by reimagining California's landscapes, we can create sustainable and an equitable future for all, where farming, communities, and the environment thrive together. Thank you.